Yeah, so when we begin to talk about effective call center coaching techniques, one of the things that you have to do first is really assess where are you now currently, because you've got to know where your baseline is and what you're trying to get to. So it's very important that when you look at your coaching techniques that you're using right now, are they effective? And how do you gauge if they're in fact effective? How do you gauge if they're effective? Well, one of the ways is are your agents, are they engaged in the process? Is there a actual result coming from your coaching efforts? And if not, I would encourage you to begin to look at how you are coaching and what techniques you're using. So when I look at what are some examples of effective call center coaching techniques, the first thing that we always do is it has to be behavioral driven. It has to be behavioral driven. You've got to begin to look at what are the exact root causes that are driving the end result. And so when you look at those behaviors, you want to look at changing one or two behaviors at a time rather than the shotgun method, which we see often, right? If you're looking at your coaching sessions within your contact center and your managers are just telling the agents everything that they did wrong, they're going through a list of 10 things and saying, hey, next week we'll talk about this. We're going to listen to one of your calls, read one of your emails or chats, and then see if you've improved on these 10 different things. Well, I guarantee you that agent's going to have a high level of stress. They're not going to know what one to work on first. And with that being the process, they're going to go through the end of the week and just hope that they made some changes on at least one of those things. Rather than being behavioral focused, or what we would call pivotal behavioral focused, we're going to focus on one or two top pivotal areas or behaviors that they're going to focus on for the week. And so when you work together to choose those one or two top pivotal behavioral moments or behaviors in their call flow or however they're acting, etc., then they have some direction to work on. And so I think it's very important that as contact center leaders that we're looking at what are those top behavioral moments or pivotal behaviors that are driving the outcome that you don't want to see. And so once you choose those or pick those out or discover those, we like to say with the agents, because they're doing that self-discovery. I don't know if you've ever had kids, but when you tell kids, do this, do this, do this, they might do it out of fear, but it's not going to be a consistent change. And so when you allow them to self-discover what areas of opportunities that they have, then they begin to say, okay, yeah, I think if I did this, and it becomes something that they're coming up with rather than you just dictating. And so it drives this partnership between you and the agent to ensure that there is a discovery of what pivotal behaviors need to change. So that's the first thing, discover that pivotal behavior. And another example is you've got to do the follow-up. The proof is in the follow-up. And so, 2 hours after you're done with that coaching session, you need to go follow up with Susie or Johnny and say, hey, Johnny, what we talked about earlier, remember what you committed to? All right, great. How is it going on your calls? That's all it is. It's just a quick follow-up with the agent to ask them how it's going. Well, why wouldn't you do this and why wouldn't you do that? Because all you want to do is let them know, hey, I remember what we talked about. I'm invested into your success. How's it going? If they're doing it, great. Reward them, commend them. Hey, great job. I'm going to listen to a call tomorrow and we'll make sure that it's happening. I'll let you know what I find tomorrow morning. If it's not happening, they're like, you know what, Ryan, I'm just having a hard time with this. Then your job as a manager or leader is to tell them or ask them, okay, what roadblocks are you coming into? What are you facing that's stopping you from doing this? Because you showed me in our coaching session that you could do it. You demonstrated it. You made the commitment. What's stopping you? How can I help you overcome this roadblock? And what that does, it immediately engages them to say, okay, well, they're invested in this. They're not going to give up. I know that they're looking, they're watching, they're paying attention. And it just triggers something mentally inside their brains where they just begin to say, okay, I'm going to do this because they're going to keep checking up on me. And so let me make sure that I do it. And so then the next day you follow up and go from there. So, that's the first step to really deploying a successful coaching technique within your contact center.